Hello everyone. In today's video, we will know how to create VPC, subnets, internet gateways, route tables, security groups, and EC2 instance as well as RDS. And also we will know about how to connect EC2 instance with a MySQL database is RDS. So let's see one by one. First, we will know what is VPC and why we use. So log into your AWS account. In the search bar we are opening VPC. VPC stands for Virtual Private Cloud. It's a secure and isolated private cloud hosted within the public cloud, and also it enables your IP addresses, route tables, subnets, and security groups while connecting the securely to internet. And also it helps to creating your own private network in the cloud, and also helps you keep your resources secure and separate from others. So let's create VPC. Go to your VPCs. Here say option create VPC. In the create VPC there is a two option, VPC only and VPC and more. So when you create your own VPC, you select VPC, and when you create more than one VPC, here we select VPC and more. So I'm selecting VPC only, and the name I will give my VPC, and the CIDR IPv6 So let's know what is CIDR. CIDR stands for Classless Internet Inter-Domain Routing. It's a method of IP address allocation and also IP routing that allows for more efficient use of the IP addresses. So here we give the CIDR, that is 192.168.0.0/24. This is the IP address of VPC. The 192.168.0.0.24 indicates the IP address. It's defined a specific network of range of the IP addresses. Here 192.168.0.0 is a network address. It represents the starting point of the IP address range in the network, and 24 indicates the subnet mask. It means the first 24 bits of the IP address are reserved for network portion, and remaining 8 bits are available for host address. In this 24 CIDR rotation, you can create 251 subnets. So yes, CIDR network and IP is no change. Here we can create the VPC. Yeah, your VPC is created. Here you can see, yes, your VPC is created. Then we need to create subnets. Subnets is a small network. We can create a small network within the larger networks that can created by dividing the IP network in the logical segments. And in this subnets also you to organize and control the flow of network traffic within your VPCs, and each subnet has its own range of the IP address, and it can be either public or private cloud. In this subnet we can create maximum 200 subnets in one VPC. So here we can create 2 or 3 subnets. So let's create the subnets. So here we select the VPC ID. This is my VPC, and here we can give subnet 1, and this is the availability zone. So availability zone means in the subnets is a separate data center within a region. So AWS multiple data centers, we can select these availability zones. These are the multiple data centers. I can select one. And I've already told that what is CIDR, so we can confuse to giving the subnet CIDR block. We can use the website called site24/7. It helps to can check the CIDR number. So here we give 192.168.0.0/26. This is the CIDR of IPv subnet 1. So this is the subnet. Here I will create another subnet 2, and I'll select the availability zone 1C and enter the subnet mask 160. So we are adding the more subnet, the CIDR block number will be changed 3.0.6456. So also create one more subnet, that is subnet 3. So availability zone and the CIDR block is 192.168.1154. So we are creating the subnets. CIDR address overlap. So this is the first one. 0. Create subnets. So it like 6. Yes. 6. So it's creating the subnets. Yeah, here it's create subnets. Then we create the internet gateways. So we know what is internet gateway, and internet gateway acts as an intermediate between the internet and VPC to establish the communication with the IP addresses. Every VPC has a internet gateway which allows to make input and output requests from the outside the VPC. Here we create the internet gateway. So here I gave my internet. Here I gave the name as internet gateway. Let's create internet gateway. So my internet gateway is created. So once internet gateway is created, we are attach the VPC action, attach to VPC. So here we select the VPC, my VPC, this one. So attach the internet gateway. So attaching the internet gateway, it helps to allow input and output requests from the VPCs. So it's intermediate between internet and VPC to establish the communications. So once after creating internet gateway and attaching the VPC, next we go to route tables. So once VPC created, by default route table is created. So here we can see the route table is created by default. So we can enter the route table and edit the routes. Here we can add the routes 0.00 and select the internet gateway. Here we can select internet gateways and save changes. Then go to subnet associations. Here we can edit the subnet associations. Then select all, save the associations. So I have already told that a subnet is a small network we can create within the larger network. So it's allowed to organize and control the flow of network traffic within your VPC. So once route table is created, and we can change the subnet association and also we can edit our routes. Then move to security groups. Security groups is in the security. Here we can create the security groups. So I have already told that route tables gets created while creating VPC, and also security groups. Security groups, there are two rules, that is one is inbound rule and another one is outbound rule. Security groups acts as a virtual firewall for your EC2 instance to control the incoming and outgoing traffic. And these inbound rules coming into your system like someone accessing your the websites, and outbound rules means data going out from your system like server system and server sending request from another request. Here we can create a security group. We can enter security group and also write the description and write hello SSH. Also select our VPC. So this is easy. In these inbound rules we can add the rules because it helps to accessing the website and it gives permission to access which rule we can be accessed. Otherwise we cannot add any rules, it doesn't access the any permission to any other. So we can add the rules so someone can be accessing your websites. So here we can select SSH, its a port range is 2022, and also we can add MySQL. Aurora MySQL is a database. We can add the database to connect. The port number is 3306. We can, using this port number, we can connect the security groups. Then nothing can be changed here. So outbound role is all traffic. We can access anyone, and then we can create the security group. We can select the CIDR blocks. Okay, then we can create the security group. So here we can create security groups. 2 is the inbound and 1 is on outbound rule. Then after creating VPCs, subnets, route tables, internet gateways and security groups, we can create EC2 instance. So in the search bar we can EC2, go to EC2. So we know what is EC2 instance. EC2 stands for Elastic Cloud Compute. It's a web service that allows user to run the application on public cloud, and also build and host the software system. So go to instance. Here we can create the instance. So go to launch instance. So here we can give name like instance. You can give whatever name you want. Here this is the AMI, Amazon Machine Image. Is like a snapshot for the computer setup. It includes the, here we can see it includes operating system and install software system settings, and also it can help to quickly launch a new virtual computer in AWS with everything can be already set. We can just whatever we want we can select it. So it's already built in. All the softwares and operating system can be installed here. So here we can select the what software we want and the what operating system we want. We can select here in the Amazon Machine Image. So I am selecting AWS. So you can select Ubuntu, Mac, Windows, like that. So then this is the, so here there is a free tier eligible. So on some standards AWS Amazon machines are available. So here I am selecting the updated version Amazon Linux 2 AMI. Then go to the instance type. So instance types determine the hardware resources. For instance Amazon EC2, and also each instance types offer different combinations of CPU, memory, storage and networking. Based on the instance type there is a different combinations. So here I am selecting T2 micro instance type. Then later the next one is key pair. So key pair is a combination of both public and private key, means encryption and decryption the data. So here we creating the new pair, or we are selecting the existing key pair. So I am creating new key pair, that is instance. So here also we can give both. So here I am selecting the RSA pair type because I am encrypted and decrypted the data type. You can publicly and privately we can use. So I am selecting RSA, and here there is a two key file format. One is PAM and another one is PPK. So PPK file is used to with a program called we using the putty. So on Windows to connect the virtual server we are using the putty, and in the PAM files used to connect the virtual server like EC2 from Linux operation. So I am using PAM. Then create key pair. So after creating the key pair, this is the network settings. So in this network settings we can edit the network settings. So here I am selecting my VPC and the subnets. So here we need to enable the IP addresses. So when we select the VPCs, automatically subnet can be taken. So and we use the existing security groups because we are already creating the security groups, and then select the security groups. I'll select the security group which one is I'm created, and this is the root volume and the storage of the systems, and then this is all about the EC2 instance. First we need to enter the name, then select the AMI, then choose the instance types and create the key pair and enable the public IP and change the network settings and select the security group. Then we create the launch the instance. So it takes times to launch the instance. Yeah, so here we can see successfully initiated or launched the instance of your EC2. So here we can see, refresh. So here we can see our instance is running in the state. So once EC2 is created, we can move to the RDS. It's a database. It's a server that makes easy to use and manage the database in the cloud, and also it handles the things like backups, updates, and scaling automatically. So we don't worry about the what task we are going. So just we need to know about how to create the RDS and manage the database in the cloud, and also we are connecting the EC2 to RDS. So first we can create the, so let's create the RDS now. Go to RDS. Here we can select the databases. So RDS is a service that makes it easy to use and manage the database in the cloud, and also it handles the like backups, updates, and scaling automatically. So you don't have worry about the task. You only concentrate on the how to create RDS and manage the database in the cloud. Here we can select create database. Here there is a two option, one is standard and easy creation. We can select standard create because it helps for availability, security, backups. It includes all the maintenance and all. And also here we can select the engine option. So there are a multiple MySQL engines like Aurora and Postgre, MariaDB, MySQL, Microsoft SQL Server, IBM, Oracle. Here I am selecting the MySQL because MySQL is the most popular open source database, and it's a rich feature in RDS, and it's a flexibility, easy to use, and a resource or storage capacity for our database, and it supports automated backup. So here I am selecting the MySQL. The version is 8.0.39. It's automatically selected, and here I am using the free tier template. So it helps to develop new application, test existing application. Then here I am creating the name of database, so that's db1, and here I am using the same username that is admin, and here I am using self-managed credentials because I gave the passwords what I want. Then again we can enter the password to confirm. Then the storage and connectivity, we are using EC2 connection to connect the computer resources from the database, and here I am choosing my EC2 instance which one I created, and I am using DB subnet groups which one I am already creating. So then choose the existing security groups, and I am selecting the security group. So that's it. So here I am using the authentication, password authentication, and then create a database. So it takes 2 to 3 minutes to create the database. So why we use MySQL in RDS? Because it's one of the most popular database. So developers are already familiar with it, and it doesn't require any licensing fees, which make it cost effective choose for many applications. So it takes 2 to 3 minutes. database is successfully created. So once the database created, we can see how to connect EC2 instance to the AWS database. So we can go to EC2 instance. Go to your instance. Yeah. In this we are using select the instance and connect. So it can take automatically connect using EC2 instance connect, and here we can connect. Yeah, EC2 instance is connected. Oh, here we can use some commands to update and installs and use it to rest. Here we can use sudo -i. The sudo -i commands, it's used to get the root access. Here we can see root access is open, and then we use yam update -y. This update -y, it's used to update all the necessary requirements in the Linux. So we can use these commands to update the latest version system. Yeah, so it's updated. So once update the latest version, so then we need to install the MySQL. So because we need to connect the RDS using the EC2 instance, so we need to install MySQL latest version. So yam install MySQL -y. This is the command we need to install. Here we can see it's installed the necessary packages and check and tests. So once its installation is done, we need to connect the RDS. So here we using MySQL -h, and we can enter the endpoint database. So we go to database. Here this is go into the database. Here there is a endpoint port. We can copy this endpoint and go to instance, and here we need to paste this endpoint and enter -caps p 3306 space -u space admin space small p. So MySQL is a database, MySQL -h. So this is the endpoint of the database host name, and here we using the 3306 is the port number. The -caps p 3306 is the port number of the database, and we are using the admin as same as username, and here we can p is password. Here we can enter the password we have already generated. Enter. So we can enter the password. Here we can see, welcome to MariaDB Monitor Commander. So this is creating the RDS connecting using the EC2 instance. So this is all about how to create the VPC subnets, route tables and EC2 instances and database like RDS, and how to connect EC2 instance using RDS. This is all about in this video. Thank you.